Hi, everyone, and welcome to our second VOR podcast. This is my mother, Casey, again, and me, Brenna. Today, we are just going to take a deeper dive into her background with my sister. And I mean, of course, I'll be a part of some of that story, but mainly it's going to be her just telling her story and how she saw it through her lens. So, if you want to just take it away from here.
So in 2002, my daughter Katie was born. She was 2 days old and they discovered the tumors on her heart. And from the hospital that she was at, they transported her to Children's. And the next time I seen Katie, she was on complete life support. And it was just unbelievable to see her, from holding her like a little baby to every kind of, I guess, IV and respirations, everything being done for her, and it was just so surreal. Well, days later, they came about where they had to do more testing, and the tumors on her heart were the largest, and they were blocking her aorta. So the doctor said that she wasn't quite strong enough to do open heart surgery, that we needed to wait a couple days or a couple weeks. Well, in that process, we discovered that she has tuberous sclerosis. They found the tumors on her heart and in her brain, and the doctor kept on coming in and testing her and everything. And probably 6 days into everything, he came out and said that the tumor on her aorta had shrank just enough for the blood to flow. So she didn't have to have open heart surgery, and he would start taking off one machine at a time. And it was like a miracle. In 2 weeks, Katie was home with us.
Yeah, that
So
was a
that
miracle for
was
sure.
absolutely, she's just been a warrior and a fighter since day
Literally.
one. So along the lines, Katie, when she was around 2, started having seizures. She would have 20 or more seizures a day. It was just surreal to see her go through so much, and all the medications. She was on medications for an adult while she was 2 years old, and it was really hard. And I also had a younger son. My son is about 18 months younger than Katie. So I had a new baby. I had a 2-year old with tuberous sclerosis, having seizures all the time, and on heart medication, and had a almost teenager. So it was just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, years went by, and Katie was still having tremendous amounts of seizures. She hadn't been potty trained or anything, and she was around 7. She was starting to potty train. Well, she had a giant cell Sega tumor on her brain, and it started growing, and it was starting to hinder her spinal fluid. And previously, before that, they had opened a tuberous sclerosis clinic in Birmingham, Alabama. And I had made an appointment to go, but whenever I took Katie to her appointment, they kept us at Children's in New Orleans because the tumor had grown so significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the nurse from UAB had contacted me to see why I wasn't able to make the appointment. And I told her, and she said, well, if everything's what you're saying, we have one more spot for a study for a new drug, and she would be the 5th spot. So I ran into the hallway, and Dr. McGuire, which I love dearly still today, she's been there for us for everything.
You got this.
She was in the hallway, and I gave the phone to her, and she told the doctors. And the next day, my mom and I were going to Birmingham, and Katie was on a placebo drug. And so we didn't know that. So she was the first person that they unblinded to be on everolimus in the study. So she's actually in some medical books and everything else as a study number. But it's amazing because I just recently went to DC with tuberous sclerosis complex, the Alliance, and it was amazing to see the research and see the drug that Katie was on changed so many children's lives because they didn't have all those seizures like Katie did. And their tumors, they didn't have to go through the brain surgery and stuff like she did. So it's just amazing to see the research. But going back to when Katie was little, she was very aggressive, and we just could never get the aggression under control. And we tried everything. We did ABA therapy. We did every kind of therapies
Any
and
type of medicine, therapy, everything you can think
everything
of.
you can possibly think of, neuropsychology. It was just nonstop, and it was really hard. Well, the older Katie gotten, the worse it was getting. So, to give you more perspective, she's now 22 years old, and she's about 3 years old mentally. So, if you can just put in your mind of a 3-year old having a tantrum, but in a 22-year-old body, it's hard to handle. And we weren't able to handle her anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 2018, Katie had she had both Parkinson's white, and she had to have heart surgery.
Yep.
And it was really hard. The heart surgery was difficult, and in the process, I thought I hurt my back caring for her. And Brenna took me to the doctor, and we learned that at 39 years old, I had to have a total hip replacement.
Mm-hmm.
That was a shocker because we were just expecting not that for sure.
Yeah, that was a lot.
So that was total life changing for us. And the Katie was gotten so aggressive, and the more she knew that
I think even without the hip replacement,
and I couldn't help barely any anymore because I had a walker, and so it had gotten really, really bad.
The aggression got really bad.
Yeah, they would have to lock me in the room so she didn't come in there and try to harm me or anything like that. And it was just heartbreaking as a mom, just knowing that I was so helpless. And we had reached out for help at numerous places.
At these private facilities.
Correct.
Yes.
And just even in home care. We've tried everything in home care. As soon as anyone heard aggression or saw that she's so multiple diagnoses, they denied us. So, a autism specialist in Baton Rouge had told me that I really needed to find placement for her. So he actually assisted me in finding placement. And I mean, Pinecrest has been heaven sent for us. And because it's state facility, they're not allowed to turn you down. And people do not realize that. And so they get very bad reputations and stuff like that. But that's the place of last resort.
And they get the most severe.
So that's why you hear. Yes. But it's Pinecrest is a campus-based facility, so it's amazing. It's like
a little city.
That's right.
It's like their own little city, and
That's
I love it.
So Katie's been there since 2019, and she's just been thriving there. And nothing's perfect. We have had some bumps along the road, but that's why we're here, to make sure that every individual who does not have a voice is heard, like Katie, and they can have their best life.
Yes.
And we're here to advocate for them. We're here to
advocate for places like Pinecrest that are open and thriving, that they continue to be open and thriving for people like us, that places that allow for children with disabilities to have job opportunities, just like it says, and just any assistance for disabled. That's what we're here for. We're here for people that cannot speak for themselves, and we're here to love on everybody.
ICF is not right for everyone, and we understand that. And with VOR, that is the voice. It's not made for everyone at ICF. In-home care is not made for anyone else. Group home care is not made for everyone. So it really just depends. Your status is and whatever your need is, it needs to be met. Yeah. And they don't have a voice, and we are here to be their voice. Yeah. And VOR, they really are great with finding all the different, I guess, resources in all the different states, and really giving it so the parents and the siblings of the loved ones, or whoever is taking care of their loved one without a voice, has the resources and has the opportunity
Yep.
to speak up and be part of the solution, and keeping it going and never forgetting about them.
Yes, and places like VOR are very essential, because if we don't speak up, that's when funding gets cut. If we don't fight for it, if we don't know what the bills mean, if we don't do our research, that's whenever things start to happen. So being that voice for those people is
Absolutely.
it's essential.
Yes.
And I would like to ask you a question.
Sure.
Are you doing this to be Katie's voice?
Absolutely. I am totally Katie's voice.
Yes.
And I'll go to Washington next week, and I'm looking forward to it.
To be Katie's voice again?
That's right. And I have lots of meetings with the Louisiana Congress and senators and congressmen and senators, and I'm looking forward to it. Just letting them know that she's there, she matters. And another thing I do always stress is, because not everyone can be there. Because if Katie still was with me, there's no way I can go there.
Yes.
And so that's another thing that a lot of people don't truly understand, is it's not that we are not here, it's that we are so overwhelmed caring for our loved ones that we can't physically be in some of those places. And also a lot of the, I guess, population of the siblings and adults and stuff are aging too, because everyone's gonna age, unfortunately. But so that's another thing, and we just want to make sure our loved ones are taken care of even after we're gone.
Right.
And then
And
the torch will be turned to Brenna once I'm gone, and she'll have to keep
gladly,
it up.
gladly. Yeah, I do feel like it's just so important though for us to be Katie's voice. But it is for any child. We're definitely a voice for any child, and we're here to love on y'all, love on them, lock arms with y'all, just like we said in the first podcast. This is literally what this is for. So if you want to do an interview somewhat like this and just tell your story to our VOR family and potential new members, you are totally welcome to reach out, and we would be glad to talk with you and get an interview set up. So I think
we also would like to, if you want to get in touch with your legislators, let us know. We'll happily give you the information that you need, so you can write letters or represent your loved ones, and email it, mail it, whatever. Our phone calls, they all matter. So if you can't go out and do it, you can make a phone call, you can send a message or a letter, and just let everyone know that our population matters. The most severe to the least severe, they all matter.
Yes.
And we just want to thank you guys for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. And hope you enjoyed episode 2 of the VOR Podcast. Have a good one.